Welcome back. It's still Analyst Angad here at iBrandTV. And I still have Ambrose in the studio and Alaji Gava on Zoom. This segment, we're going to talk about some earnings results that came during the course of the week. And 3 of them actually pertains to pharmaceutical sector. Talking of GSK, Mozambique, and Fitton Healthcare. We start off with GSK. The GSK grew revenue from 3.46 billion to 7.36 billion. That is an increase of 112.6%, which is impressive, and also grew their profit after tax from a negative to a positive of 194.37%, gaining 181% increase. And of course, their EPS, that's earnings per share, profit margin also went up. Alaji, looking at GSK's results, I'm curious, what happened that they went into negative last year? We're looking at Q1. They went into negative. Their profit after tax was negative, and they actually went from negative now to positive. That's serious, almost drastic.
That's serious improvement. Yeah.
Serious improvement.
Yeah.
So what actually led them to that deep hole to begin with, and what did they do differently that actually dug them out of this hole to profitability?
Well, I think what they did, if not because for the investment, GSK today will be talking of 20 to 30 naira. But remember, the Lucozade and the other food beverage side of it, they divested from it. And this flow to the system. How
Alaji,
that promote them to for
Alaji, I can barely hear you. I think something is going on with. So, you know, when you told me that it sold, I mean, why would they sell off their profitable line? I'm curious.
No, actually, you know, every company have different policy. You know, they have like Alaji said, some Lucozade booths and others product line. But also when you see foreign investor having kind of a huge share or have a controlling share in some company, this one they take, others follow. They try to sell off those product line to invest in their main competence, which is the drugs and all the stuff.
Okay.
But along the line, that really affected them. Yeah. While the life of fixing and Miyamika was expanding, introducing new products in the market. Today, you can see that if you look at the product line of fixing,
we're not getting to fixing.
Yeah, I'm just saying that you can see that the product line is which that you can mix selection, and also they have the capacity to call them. They have the what called the state of art.
I need to hold you here.
Okay, it's back. Okay.
Alaji. Hello, Alaji.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you're back. So you were explaining what happened to GSK, why they went, and I was asking Ambrose, why would they sell off their profitable line to begin with? I understand the fact that maybe they want to focus on their core business, but I mean, the horse is actually still raining at that point in time. Why do you have to kill it?
Well, you see, they are multinational. At times, some of the decisions have been taken by their parent company, and they have no choice than to comply with it. Okay. The truth of the matter that if you look at it, GSK acquired Sterling, and they were merging other pharmaceutical company before they become GSK. But today, as I'm talking to you, you cannot compare their price with Pixim, because Pixim is more focused, and they expand their factory. I can tell you that tentatively, some of the product that GSK is selling is being manufactured by Pixim.
You're right, sir.
Really?
Yes.
Like private label, white label.
And that is why you see the Pixim is moving much faster.
Exactly.
And because of the inflation, all the manufacturing sector, not only the pharmaceutical, look at the brewery, Nigerian brewery. Look at Guinness. We were trading Guinness 14 naira 2 years back. Today it hit 110 naira. And I know a client, I bought her at 14 naira. Even I had a client who had Dangote sugar. He said it's not making money. I said, sell and buy Guinness. At that time, Guinness was 14 naira. He sold. Today, Guinness is almost 100 naira. And I'm talking to you of less than 6 months. So the truth of the matter, all the manufacturers will get it because the inflation and the exchange rate rising, denying importation. Because if you have to import, you have to buy foreign exchange, and that will make the cost of importation very much higher. So people go for local. Look at the cement industry. They are making it. Despite the cost of diesel, look at the performance of telecom. What will happen by the time they move into money market and they go into 5G? I can tell you, all the prices you see on the telecom line is just a child play.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, you will see them far better than where they are today. Airtel is trading in the dual market, not only in NGX, they are trading in London. Today, they are trading more than 124 sterling pound. But the same Airtel you are buying at 1,005. You can imagine if you decided to acquire it, couple it, and go to London and sell. What will be your gain?
Sure.
And that's what applies to Seblat. Dual listing, I believe that most of the manufacturing and the industry will do better, and people can still take position, because I don't see the primary election will ever temper the movement that the market is going. It's likely going to continue.
All right. Thank you very much, Alaji. So at the end of the day, we seem to see dollar in everything we do.
Yes, yes.
Like, everything we do. And when he said about, when he said Fitzen is manufacturing for GSK, and I'm like, could Fitzen be another access bank? Let's swallow GSK. I didn't say anything.
Well, actually, like what you just said, most companies have done backward integration. They're really enjoying, because they are not importing raw material. As well, you are importing it, and it's going to import inflation, because your exchange rate is very high. But if you have done backward integration, that means you sort all your raw materials within locally. Then it's easier for you, and that's why you can also sell at a good price, because you're factoring the cost. Ultimately, you're able to shift your cost to the consumers. That will also reflect on your bottom line. That's why I always say that every investor wants to look at how does this earnings really play out in your, in your investment, because that determines whether they pay you dividend or whether or not. And also, if your number is impressive, market will react to it, and that price will go up. That's what we're seeing, this. But like Alaji just said, also just to add to it, the primary election that is coming is going to give a direction. Yes, there's one thing that is working for us, that we have less foreign participants in our market, and that is why also any million I have to encourage the regulators and also market players like Alaji. Thank God Alaji is there, always giving education on different platforms. Let's educate Nigeria so that we attract more to the market, so that we can see more participants. That is good for us. But a market that will have about 82% local and just 18% foreign investor, that market, even when they are going, they won't put the market down. But the reverse case, when they're having 60% of the market, anytime they are selling, market will be bleeding. I think SEC should work more on how to make sure that we have more local investors in the market,
Albert,
so that will be a good place.
Can you really blame the locals? I mean, the foreign. I mean, dollar black market rate as of today is 597.
Almost 600.
Yeah. So if I take, as a foreign investor, if I come with $1,000, I'm going to have 597 naira. So $2,000, I'm a millionaire. $5,000. So with pension, with portfolio managers that are managing millions of dollars, by the time they come to the market with small amount of dollar, they swallow the whole market up, because they have, by the time they convert their own purchasing power to us, the parity is just huge. So how many millions can I bring to compete against theirs? I'm not saying it's even improved right now. Before, it was worse than this. We had more foreigners there than before.
Yeah.
So I'm just supporting you, but I'm just also saying that as much as we want to try, the parity in exchange rates is stacked against the naira.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at May and Baker. May and Baker seem to want to do what GSK did last year. So they didn't grow the company did not grow revenue. Revenue grew by 23.54%, but profit after tax did not grow. So you wonder what happened to the costs. Is it the cost management, or I don't know? I didn't see the report. But what do you think happened to their profit after tax quarter on quarter comparing to the ones 2022?
Yeah, if you look at the May and Baker full year performance for 2021, I would say also it's almost flat. So their dividend payout is almost flat too, and also we're seeing the first quarter in that manner again. But for investors, what is important here is, once you see this kind of number, you want to look at what happened in between the top line and the bottom line, which is the profit after tax. What really is it cost that eat into their but what you just said, their top line was up, but bottom line was down. But where it becomes something that is jittery and that sends a bad signal that if a company is growing, is declining in top line and giving you a positive bottom line, you have to be very careful. Since their top line is still up, then we're seeing a slowdown, and then let's give them another chance. But it's now for you to look at what is their cash flow. That's why I said any result you're analyzing, after looking at the top line and the bottom line, look at the operating earnings or cash flow of that company. Are they having no cash flow? If cash flow is still on, that is what you can say. But when the company earning is going up and cash flow is coming down, they can't sustain that number. That is why after you have seen this number, the first thing again, look at the operating cash flow of GM, of me and Baker, to see if they are making more. That means it's either cost or one event that put the bottom line flat. But if you are seeing a good operating cash flow for that company, that means there's hope for them. Let's give them another chance to see their
But give them another chance.
to see their Q2 number.
Q2 is just around the corner.
Yeah.